everybody, and welcome. This is going to be a straight to YouTube cast of the semi-final of the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice World Championship, and this is going to be a brutal and aggressive PvP between two of the guys who tend to just kill each other in PvP. Like, these guys, often I'll see them get to a grand finals against another Protoss player in a weekly cup and just punch him in the face so quickly. These guys both have some brutal timings. Down here in the bottom right, he's looked unstoppable lately. He's handsome, he's tall, and they say he's the best. This is Zest. Going for a low ground gateway wall off. Oh my lord, what is this? So I believe he's going to be putting a Nexus there. It's going to be a one gate expand attempt. However, they are both scouting early, so probably both going to block each other from doing that. Up here in the top left-hand side in the red, it's Parting. Known as the Dick Boy, the guy whose aim in the game is always to twist his opponent's important thing. His words, not mine, when interviewed by Katowice after one of the much earlier stages in the tournament, when asked about what he was thinking going into his match versus TY. And according to Parting, as Katowice was like, I don't think we can talk about this on IEM. Parting did mention, no, I'm not being naughty, Katowice. His brain. I will twist his brain. He's a StarCraft player. His brain is his important thing. I think we all knew what Parting was talking about, but it's always good to know, as he is the master of the dick twist strategy, as he does like to talk about. But so far, this is interesting. So one gateway on the low ground. This is a really curious little maneuver from Zest. And, you know, it means if they're attacking, they're accidentally going to attack that potentially. It means you can build a pylon down here, and it can be a fast warp-in pylon in the natural before the Nexus is up. So that's kind of cool. You can have like a fast warp in on the low ground before the Nexus is ready. I guess that's what this serves for. We'll keep our eyes on it. For now, both players are very similar. But look at this. Parting starts up a Zealot. That's a fake. So he just wants to make it look like he's building a unit. So if the probe comes down for Zest, it sees both gateways building, but he's going to cancel that Zealot. And he actually just replaces it with a Stalker. Okay, he could have done that a bit earlier if he just wanted to build a Stalker. Interesting. That's a weird choice, because it's only... he had the gas, so not sure. Pylon block goes up for Zest. Their Parting is looking to proxy his tech in the back of the natural. And Zest's like, hey, where's your third pylon, buddy? Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, now Parting has pulled out. He's seen 1, 2, 3 pylons as well. And that pylon is not in range of the gateway to be a fast warp in one. Oh, Zest Stalkers walk right past Parting's probe, so he can go back in and scout what's up. Meanwhile, 1 Stalker's out, 2 Stalkers out. That pylon did finish. Shield battery goes down here for Parting. Stargate on the way. So Zest here, big fan of the Oracle. The Oracle is one of the best units in the early game of PvP, and he's going for that Nexus. Parting sees it immediately though, gets walled out by the shield battery, so he doesn't actually run up that ramp as the probe AI bugs out, and it does go down. Now the pylon went down on the other side of the map. So far, pylon and a probe going down for just a probe. Right. 75 minerals as well. I guess canceling a shield battery is 25 minerals as well. So cancelling the shield battery, 25 minerals, so better in the units lost for Parting, but Parting's tech is way later. His Twilight Council is just halfway done, whilst there's almost an Oracle on the map, and his Nexus is just about 10 seconds later. But he's got 4 Stalkers out. He's sending a new probe down the right side of the map. He's going to proxy a pylon there, maybe warp some Adepts in later for some run-bys, and Forge is on the way. So Parting just doing a big macro blink opening, and Oracles are always fantastic. Actually, Zest going double Oracle. Okay. Straight up to double Oracle off just 2 Stalkers. Zest playing very low on the gateway units. This is a nice greedy opening from Zest. I got hammered by this build on the ladder yesterday by a much worse player, but still, just something about the ability to get an expansion up that early. This is a pretty quick Oracle though, but Pylon spots it. So Parting should be easily... oh, actually, no, I can just go past into the main. Parting should have split his units there. He could have pulled those probes back and ran straight into the main. As it is, he's going to lose 1, 2, 3... 3 probes. Not a bad start for Zest, who keeps that alive, has a second Oracle coming in now. I don't think it's a game winner by any means, but Parting, oh, he's going to proxy a Dark Shrine here. A very clever choice here, as Zest only has Oracles for detection, and even though Revelation only costs 25 energy these days, so it's actually not a bad spell at all for creating that detection, it is not quite as good as actually having a Robo. And if you go gateways into Oracles, into Blink, your Robo is going to be super duper late. So It's going to be about 6-minute DTs arriving, and we'll see if they can do anything. Zest has not spotted that proxy. It's got 1 Oracle hiding in the back. Stalkers, 3 Stalkers and a Sentry there. 3 Stalkers there. Little patrol path. Just so the units automatically will find their way to wherever is the best angle. And Zest here with his pylon hanging out. Meanwhile, Zest, his Oracle, is just double checking to make sure there's no proxies finding him. He's really setting up to make sure he doesn't get caught by any adepts. Look at this. Oh, is he going to find it? He's not. Oh, he thinks he's checked everywhere, but he hasn't. And look at this. Gateway is going to finish up actually a little late on the gateway from parting. That DT shrine is going to be ready. The gateway is not. So that's not going to be in time to create a fast warp in. Still no real losses here other than those early probes. +1. Took a while to start there for parting, actually. A little slow on starting that one up. But proxy gateway. So Zest here wants to get ready for his own blink attack. And the Phoenix. Oh, does that tell parting? I mean, he sees no Forge, no Robo. And the fact that there's no gases on the natural is definitely a big tell, but I'm not sure if he actually saw that. DTs are going in now. And these could be absolute game winners. He's going to have to recall his oracles so fast. These DTs could just kill everything. Everything's going to be out of there. And this is also going to buy parting a lot of time, because right now parting only has a handful of Stalkers and Sentries. He's only got 2 gateways. He's got 1 shield battery, soon to be 2. But you know what? There's a lot more Stalkers there, and the DTs do run in. Already 2 probes going down. Where is that 3rd DT? Waiting out front the base, apparently. So 1 DT in the main is looking for some damage as well. And okay, yeah, he gets another 2 there. Is he going to recall it? He could recall that if he wanted to. DT on the 3rd base comes in, gets another probe. 7 probes, pulls the whole army back, buys himself a lot of time. I mean, honestly, sick reaction by Zest to realize as quickly as he did and get home. I think he recalled the oracles. Yeah, he did, and blinked his Stalkers back as quickly as he could. But parting now looking to get aggressive. So he's going to try and threaten with Stalkers while his next round of DTs walk in. That DT does hit the Stalkers. Zest is going to go for a surround on that, waiting, holding in position for the oracles to arrive. Gets the revelation down. Very cute. That DT could have darted into the main during this. And he's going to, oh, Zest. Zest is getting a little too fancy for himself here, and parting is going to punish it in a big way. These DTs are just a brilliant call. Zest is on 3 bases, but dude, his economy is just getting ravaged right now. Parting here with a big brain DT proxy choice to counter the Oracle into Blink play. And this is something that Zest has actually been a big fan of as well recently. When you're playing this Blink versus Blink game, it's such an escalation of who can just get more Blink Stalkers and fuck up the opponent's 3rd base, or Blink on the high ground and force field the ramp. Those are the 2 big game-winning maneuvers that we see time and again in this matchup. And it feels like both players were just kind of like, or at least, sorry, parting was very well prepared to counter that. He's now got +1 versus no upgrades. He's up 13 probes, which is an epic economy lead. He is down 4 Stalkers, 6 Stalkers, a couple Zealots warping in. What the hell? Oh, he's going to run some Zealots in as well. Interesting. So, okay, Zest just getting some cheap tanky units there because he's so low on gas. Remember, he's only on 2 gas this whole time. Revelation goes down, and you can tell Zest there thinking about jumping to the high ground, and he's going to do it all in one go. Those Stalkers get it. He gets 1 Stalker, 2 Stalkers. Oh, he could focus these Stalkers down, but parting with a quick blink back. Zest a little too slow to focus fire there. 1 Stasis Trap catches 2 of those Stalkers. Does kind of force field those Stalkers up there, but oh, good counter force fields by parting. Now, he's got that shield battery overcharge, but it's not quite in range of any of these Stalkers. If parting blinks back to it like he does with that one, he could hold it, but those probes pulled down for a second as well. The +1 doing its work. The fact that he's able to warp in straight into the fight is so powerful. Zest has warped in Stalkers down there, but they're not up here just yet. And Zest, he's doing some good damage on the economy. And he does tie up the workers, but he loses an Oracle, and he's got to get the hell out of there. Oh my god, these other units still not coming in. A little too slow. The Oracle's going to turn around and try to fight. Oh, great focus fire by parting. He gets so many kills on these units, and the longer you hang around as Zest, the more trouble you're in. Remember, it's +1 versus no upgrades. Parting still has better upgrades at this stage. And he's gunning down more and more of these units. Zest warping in more Zealots here. He's like hoping parting kind of overextends, but he's down 10 army supply. Honestly, parting just has the better fighting force. That 3rd base looking healthy. Zest does have a fully saturated 3rd mineral line. His natural's a little under, and he's so low on gas. He's going to go charge. So this is the budget comeback maneuver. He says, look, what can I do off 2 gas? I can make a shitload of charge Zealots, even if I've got barely any gas. So that's a really good choice, I think. Parting, though, I think he's so far ahead at this point, he could just have enough Stalkers to simply overwhelm. If you get like a Zealot flank, you outnumber them a little, you come in from multiple sides. Zealots are one of the best bang for buck units. It's just a matter of are you going to actually have the overwhelming numbers? Because if you don't, and if you don't get that flank or that surround, they're a melee unit. Your opponent has the most flexible range unit in the game, the Blink Stalker. Parting can just blink back and pick him off 1 or 2 at a time. And I mean, he's in an awesome lead right now. He wants to take the fight over to Zest. Doesn't want to get too far ahead of himself. Charge isn't even done just yet. Oh, another 10 seconds still charged. No shield battery on the third either. Zest was so focused on kind of following up with his own next aggressive wave. He loses the Robo and these warp gates. Stalkers, oh, the charge zealots are finding a nice angle. There's not a lot of room to stutter step here, but Parting is just blinking back the weak Stalkers. You're seeing those Stalkers pull back the Prism. Ooh, Zest dives on the Prism. He does actually kill that one. And Parting here, he's going to have to fall back for now without more warpins on the front. He's up 7 workers, though, after that. He's got +2 and his own charge on the way. Zest thinking about a 4th base over here. Still only on 51 probes. Zest, the master of the mineral economy focus mass gateway style. Does this a lot in PvT as well. Stalkers coming on forward. They snipe one of the Stalkers. And just a Stalker for a Stalker trade. Parting still in the lead. He's got his 4th base up. Zest cannot afford his. He's just trying to hang on right now. Zest is a little up in supply, but +1 advantage. And in 1 minute, that's going to become a +2 advantage. So Parting still finding pickoffs, still bullying his way around. Stalkers, no real way to catch these. And he's going to send a 4 Stalker squad down the left. 4 Stalkers, the magic count to one-shot probes. Don't need any upgrades to do that, but he's even got the upgrades just to add to it. Gets a probe, gets a probe, gets a probe, and I think he's just going to sacrifice these. Notice the Zealots can't really get the wraparound. As he moves, the Zealots do get a little bit more surface area, but dude, nine probes? Oh my god. That's pretty sexy. That is pretty sexy, yeah. And actually with +1, does it only take 3? It does, doesn't it? Only 3 probes, 3 Stalkers add a +1 attack to kill a probe. Stalker's gonna take out the Prism. Oh, he misclicked, but he barely got it on the second volley just before that warp. And this is a big army for Zest. He's gonna try and run his Stalkers back here to the choke point a little bit, trying to pull these weak Stalkers back. He's got Zealots up there. They're not really fighting right now. More Zealots coming in for Zest. I mean, Parting definitely has the numbers, but his shield batteries up to the right, up here on the top of the screen. None of those are in it. These batteries finishing, that'll make a difference. The Zealots can't quite get in there. Parting's own Zealots do start to finish. His Warp Prism comes out. It's in a very dangerous scenario. But he's got so many Zealots, and that Immortal finally come out of the natural and do defend. The Prism takes a volley, but survives. And that's going to be that. A nice cleanup for Parting. Those DTs setting him up for victory here. Zest fighting his little heart out, but when you're that far behind in Zealot Stalker versus Zealot Stalker, you're going to get your butt kicked. GG, well played. Map 1 goes to Parting. All right. It's time for map number 2. Down here in the bottom left. Dropping that first map to the Dark Templar. It's Zest. The Blink Stalker arms race. Something that we see so much in this matchup. His opponent doing a good job though. Just expanding safely, getting into the Blink DT backstab. And other than that, it was just upgrades, Blink Stalkers. Rather generic game plan other than the DT twist for this man. It is, of course, Parting. The conductor of the Soul Train. The Dick Boy. He who twists, and everybody's favorite Protoss streamer. It's been revolutionizing openings in PvT and PvZ recently, showing us that having an earlier Nexus for more Chrono Boost, more probes is always a good move. Now, you'll notice Zest came in early, so Zest wanted to stop there being a Nexus first. I think Nexus first goes down at like 55 seconds or something like that, 52 maybe. Basically, he would have got there just in time to block that. Parting would not have. So Zest could have gone Nexus first, but Parting was like, you don't go Nexus first, it's fine. As long as I'm here ready to block a gate into Nexus, that's all I care about. And Parting, similar to Geralt, does the same thing. Just builds a pylon straight away, just to make sure. 100%. He's like, well, I don't know if you've skipped the second gas and the second pylon, and you're just saving with a probe down here, ready to put a Nexus down. So I'm just going to be careful and make sure you can't get it up, and he's planning to block it, so he does let that go. Now Zest, of course, because he came in earlier, he doesn't have to put the pylon down. He could check, says, oh yeah, you're going double gas. Yep, your cyber core's down. Yeah. I'll just block that in a few seconds, because I know you don't have the money for quite a while for it. And there's already a Zealot building, so Parting is anticipating getting blocked. And a Zealot building for Zest as well. Both players very much tied up here. He's going to have to build the pylon now if he wants to block it, because you don't want to take too long, or Zest might actually be able to just stop you getting it. Parting, sorry, might be able to stop you getting it up. If with a... I wonder what the DPS is like, right? Like, Oh, wow. Zest is really holding off on blocking it. He's like, yeah, I know you don't have money. Uh-oh. Oh, that Zealot. That's a hungry, hungry Zealot. This is interesting. So Parting could like cancel the Stalker and build a Nexus, that sort of thing. Because he's focusing on his own Cybercore block. Zest's like, well, you're putting money in to block me, and because of that, I know that I actually don't need to block you. So this is like really cute by Zest. I'm loving what I'm seeing. And Zest's like, yeah, I mean, you can put a Nexus down a little faster than me, but you've spent so much money to do this. Like, we both lose a probe, but you lose a pylon, and I mean, the opportunity cost of this Cybercore, this is delaying the Nexus right now. He's going to cancel it, of course, because it's so low on hit points. He'll cancel it in just a moment. It's getting very low. He's going to cancel it. And immediately puts down a Nexus. So Parting gets a 1 second lead on the Nexus, but he's already spent a whole bunch of minerals to do that. Zest seems pretty happy with this. He drops a second gateway. He can get his tech going. I'm actually surprised he's getting the second gateway, because he's got so much gas. Why wouldn't you just go tech? Maybe he's just going to go blink. If he's just planning to go straight blink, I guess it's like, well, you don't really need blink as much as just gateway units to survive for now. But I'm a little curious. Shield battery in the main. So because Zest doesn't get to actually confirm, he's like, yeah, it could be Proxy Oracle or something. I don't know. Let's be really safe here. So Zest is just playing a safety style. Sentries for Hallucinate Scout, 2-gate, probing nonstop. Parting is down 3 workers right now, but getting his tech up a lot quicker. Parting a little bit of a gap in the probe production there. He's got to be careful with that. The power of the defensive shield battery is so great. That is why it's such an arms race to get your expansions up in this matchup, and it's why the players are trying to block those expansions and just kind of stop them from getting there. So Forge and Twilight now on the way. Parting sees all that though. So both sides are pretty chill here. It's like you can't really do anything to each other. It's just, okay, Parting's got a quicker blink. But what does he choose to do with that blink, I wonder? So he's got a probe. This looks to like just a proxy gateway for an attack, I would imagine. He's also looking for his opponent's proxies, right? And Zest's looking for his. Yep, these players know each other well. Zest is like, nah, naughty little fucker. Naughty little fucker. No probe there for the wall off. These adepts could do quite some damage. Zealot quite slow. It's kind of blocking that Stalker on the rear, but force fields were available as well, so would have been a little wild for Zest to commit there. Could definitely maybe go with the next wave though. See, Parting is on point though. He is following those shades. His +1 starts up. It is behind about 20 seconds on Zest. Both players very similar in worker count. Zest still checking everywhere for proxies. He has scoured this map. Let's look at Zest's vision. He went all the way around the edge. He went all the way around here. He is just double checking everything. No more proxy DTs. Not after the way he lost game 1. And they're both going to get robos this game as well. Hallucinate seeing most things. 1, 2, 3, 4 gateways. Zest sees the 3rd, doesn't see the 4th. Will he see that gas on the natural? He will. Parting also sees a 3rd gas on the natural. So no crazy 2 gas plays like last game. And Parting has not seen this probe move out. I'm sure he'll be moving out for his own 3rd base in the near future, but is it 4 gateways versus 4 gateways? It is. So they're both playing a bit more safe in terms of production. Both very similar gateway timings. 3rd Nexus goes down for Zest. Parting's goes down as well, and oh my god, this is just, yeah, both guys scouting everything. No secrets. And finally, it looks like Parting's going to be the first to try to move out of the map. He's trying to warp in his Stalker. He's like, oh, get this fucker out of here, man. We don't want to be giving you free information like this. This is really annoying to deal with. And he does shut that down. Hallucinations, of course, take double damage compared to a normal Phoenix, Archon, Probe, or anything like that. Warp Prism here. Hallucinated Phoenix there. Double Adept going out the left side. So Zest here thinking about getting some stuff going. Parting is actually up 2 workers at this point. So Zest cut workers just slightly earlier. They're both very afraid of the other one pushing. Because they both went 4 gateways before 3rd Nexus, they realize you can warp in a shit ton of Stalkers and make a sick attack off that. So they're both kind of worried about it. Zest powers up a few more probes again. They're both just kind of tapping that probe key just a little bit. And Warp Prism's out for Parting. Warp Prism gives you the potential to warp in on the front lines as well as do some fancy micros. That's going to be the first one to attack here, as he even brings those Adepts over. Parting sees it though. Parting does not have a lot of force fields. He's mostly on stalkers. He's got one shield battery there. It's kind of far back though. This one at the third is of course very useful. Let's see how this fight goes. It's almost identical army count so far. Zest the first one to lose a stalker. Parting does blink back out of there. Gets a zealot as well. A zealot and a stalker. A good start to things for Parting, who does a really crazy blink forward for the sentry. Trades a stalker for the sentry. Does lose a zealot as well. Man, he does some crazy moves, doesn't he? These adepts threatening to shade on in. That warp prism looking mighty exposed right now. That's why Parting's worried about losing that. Those stalkers blink back. They will clean that up, but... Oh my god, he's just going to click on the Nexus. You crazy. Okay, Zest does pull out of there. That adept actually kills 3 probes over there in the back of the natural. The immortal will finally clean that up. Its barrier does get activated, but the adept will go down. The stalker's skirmishing over at the third base right now. And more immortals building behind this. So Zest is going to get an immortal. Parting has one as well. Both of those great anti-stalker cannons. The thing about the immortal basically is if your opponent blinks forward, you can just pick up the immortal and save it. And if they don't focus fire the immortal, it does crazy damage to stalkers. If it can focus fire stalkers and not just be stuck hitting like adepts and zealots, it is an insane damage dealer, guys. It is absolutely wild. So sorry, just tabbed out for a sec there just to double check something. It's all good. And we are straight back into the game. The stalkers here spread. Okay, so Parting's going to go for the high ground. He's got sentries. Oh, Zest kind of knew this might be an option, but he wasn't quite ready. He loses his prism. The immortal. Now to see that immortal's going to get focused. Nice focus fire on that immortal. And oh man, Zest, he's got some units up there. He's trying to warp in zealots because they're much tankier. Actually, these stalkers on the low ground, some of them are fighting, but these units on the ramp are not really part of it. And dude, I didn't realize 3 stalkers in the back of the third. That's where the real damage is happening. Oh, Parting with a big blow. I was like, dude, this is not actually going as well for Parting as I thought, but the 3 stalkers in the third killed 12 probes during all that. Parting gets a big round of damage done, and Zest looks mad. He's not reprobing. Zest realized he just took a lot of damage. He's not going to reprobe. I think he could recover from this, but he's going to try and jump on this. Parting's hung around a little bit too long. Charge is almost ready. Charge is going to be done in a few seconds. These zealots coming forward. The prism goes down even without charge. There's just too many units here. Parting, after losing so many units on the blink on the high ground, should not have hung around this long. He just lost a lot of his stuff, and Zest is going all in. Unfortunately, his prism's a little bit slow. He needs to be hitting that timing right now. He's got to take advantage of this. Another shield battery and a cannon going up in the third base. Parting's still skirmishing with this. He's trying to micro his heart out, trying to buy time for himself. Look at that single stalker, and he sets the barrier off on that immortal. Another one. Look at this micro from Parting. Sets the barriers off on both immortals. He says, hey, if you want to fight in the next 25 seconds, you're not going to have barrier ready on those immortals. Really nice moves by Parting. Desperately trying to hang on here. He's up 18 workers in this game. His income looking insane. Zest was a bit ahead before that, but now the income looking great for Parting. If he can hang on a little bit longer, he'll be good. 20 seconds till his charge finishes. It's mostly zealots from Zest. 2 immortals going to add a lot to this. And he's got a good little pack of stalkers. The immortals lead the charge. The zealot's going to charge on top of that as well. The immortals need to focus fire. Zest's immortals are not focus firing on the stalkers. He's trying to blink forward and get rid of the shield batteries, but because of that, his immortals were a little slow to start landing hits on the armed units, and now they are doing so, and Parting's immortals are getting absolutely slaughtered. Parting fighting out here. Those units, if they took a lot of damage. Zest is, his zealots, he's got to pull those zealots out. Those zealots that chased into the natural, definitely overextending, but it's still very close. The battery overcharge though, he does focus it down, but he's lost a lot of units, and there's a lot more stalkers in the natural that aren't even part of this fight right now. Zest is trying to crack on through, but with only 2 immortals and a few zealots, 3 stalkers left, Parting knows that he can get this, and he gets the prism just before the next 4 stalker warping finishes off. The probes and zealots tanking. The stalker count's too good. Those immortals go down. The observer even died there as well, and Zest has to tap out Parting. Ooh, those 3 stalkers in the third base, and Zest just getting impatient and going all in, but Parting, he had way too much time to prepare for that. I really do think the best call for Zest was to reprobe there. He still could have caught that army on his side of the map when Parting hung out there, but I think he went a little bit too long there. Zest losing the game and now needs to win 3 in a row to win it. All right, let's go. It is game number 3. So let's update the scoreboard, shall we? And this man... Wait, that's not... that. All right. Everybody, it's game number 3 here. And in the top left, he's up 2-0. Dude, he just needs one more to close it out. The red Protoss player. He is an absolute behemoth. It's Parting. Down in the bottom right-hand side, he's got to wake up, and he's got to wake up. There's 0 room for error left in this series. He needs to win the next 3 maps in a row against Parting, a monumental task. This is Zest. Dude, having to win 3 games in a row against Parting, especially with how aggro Parting is and how he just charges at you, like, I don't know, man. It's like being in one of those goat head ramming competitions, but it's like a minotaur that you've got to headbutt. You're a little billy goat and you gotta go headbutt a fucking minotaur. It's like it's not a good time, man. Both players going to scout very early and check, make sure there's no early gateways. No early Nexi. 2 gate there on the high ground, and 2 gate for Zest as well. And I noticed Zest has a very safe entrance. So if Parting gets control over here, Zest, it's on the inside of his wall where he can rotate in, but it does make it a bit hard to go in and out between his bases. Parting, on the other hand, his choke point is a bit more direct through the middle, but this is an Archon accessible entrance. You notice it's 2 spaces, whereas this is not. So Parting is, he's still, no access ramps, no accessibility. He doesn't follow the building code. He's like, fuck this. It's like this narrow, ridiculous corridor, but it also means it's much easier in and out early on, just because it's a more direct route. Not a big difference. Parting's mined a little more gas here in this early stage. You can see he was on gas a little earlier, whereas Zest had prioritized his minerals just a tiny bit more. And 2 stalkers here for a Zest, a stalker, and a sentry for Parting. So Parting's going to opt for the earlier scout. A sentry almost always means you're going to be going for a nice quick nexus, as the whole point of the sentry is it pops out with 50 energy. 20-30 seconds later, it gathers another 25 energy and pops a hallucinated phoenix out to get you a guaranteed scout of what's going on. Parting starting his 3rd pylon in the low ground, as is Zest. Both of them, of course, able to build shield batteries off that. And that's going to make sure you're not supply blocked on 31, or at least only for a bare moment. Another stalker does pop up here. Where is that pylon? So Zest put his pylon down at the front. Parting, don't think he bothered. I'm not sure if he saw the stalker. I don't think he did. But he's just playing very defensive anyway, so I guess he doesn't care as much. He's going to leave the sentry on the high ground, waited for that pylon to get cancelled before showing the units. So what that means is because Zest put a pylon there, he wanted to see is it adepts or stalkers, and because Parting didn't show, he doesn't technically know. He knows it's not going to be the fastest possible adepts, because if they were adepts, they waited up on the high ground and didn't show themselves, but it doesn't tell him much else. So Zest is scouring his corner, checking for proxies. He's got 4 stalkers out, and he's going straight to 6 stalkers. Zest getting very aggressive here. 6 stalkers before Nexus. He's going to probably, with this build, I would build a pylon as well, and okay, yeah. So there's going to be an 8 stalker pressure. So a pretty good build order, guys. Oh, wait, sorry, not even an 8 stalker pressure. He's got a proxy 3rd gate. This is going to be a fucking basically an all-in. Hallucination comes in. It's going to see that gateway, but he's not going to have much time to react as Parting, and Parting's going straight blink. He's going for a really fast Twilight Council. This is a really bad build for Parting against this. This is one of the least safe ones. Oh, that stalker, he almost gets it. Oh, he's got to pull back. Oh, the shield battery healed the wrong stalker. Oh, that's a real bummer for Parting. And oh my god, if both of those get out, that's insane. That's really bad for Parting, losing a stalker for free. The problem here is you've got to lower the damage output of Zest's army, because even with his shield battery, and he's really got to be bringing another probe down. Parting, what are we doing? Why got a pylon over here? Why is he still building probes? Parting, you got to build extra shield batteries. Oh my god, Parting is crazy. No, this is a big mistake, dude. Yeah, he's making a 3rd gateway up there, proxied. But I mean, that's a little bit too late. And another stalker snipe. That's the problem. The problem is they can snipe a stalker. When they get to a decent count, they do so much damage in a volley. Doesn't matter. There's no time to heal if you just get 1 or 2 shot. So look, even here. Bam! 1 shot, 2 shot. 1 shot. Can he get it? Can he get it? 2 shot. Oh, and Parting's losing too many units. Yes, Zest pays a few stalkers for this one. But, dude, that's really, really bad for Parting. He's lost so many units. The Shades come in. They're going to provide high ground vision, and they get inside, blocking the wall off. They're going to jump on top of that sentry as well, and Zest is just going to capitalize, and this is going to dive on in. I mean, this should be a killing blow. Parting doesn't even have his gateways powered. He'll be able to repower them in a moment with that pylon. Zest cannot focus fire that. He's got to just take out the stalkers. The probes are trying to buffer, but Parting, if he loses the stalkers, the probes can't deal with this on their own. He's going to try and surround with the probes and get his stalkers to do damage. 1 stalker on the left, a little bit slow to get in the action. Another stalker warps in. Good surround on these probes. Nice probe micro by Parting. Parting very good with that micro. He's got to save that stalker. Good pull back. And he's actually going to get a surround and kill this. He's only lost 5 probes. Can he get a 6th one? Zest trying to target the red hit point probe, but they were stacked on top. Very hard to click that. You need to be pixel perfect there. Doesn't quite get it. And Parting actually survives with only a 3 worker deficit. Zest does have an expansion, but he hasn't started probing yet. Zest You can get way ahead if you just start probing right now. Zest is I don't know what he's doing right now because he's not building any probes. He's got so much money. He's doing a lot of damage. This could build a big economic advantage, but he's not building probes right now. And I mean, he's still ahead, but he starts an Immortal and 2 Adepts now, does Zest. He's got that pylon still up on the front. He's going to send 2 more Adepts as a follow-up pressure. And that could be really good because Parting's got Blink, but he's going to be so eager to do counter damage. He's looking for the warp-in pylon, so he's going to find that, and that's going to make him feel a little safe. But that means if he goes across to pressure, if these are depths, I would hide them over here, wait 30 seconds, and then come in because you want these Stalkers to be on your side of the map. And that's exactly what Zest is doing right now. He's building a shield battery there. He's going to break out of his own base. He's still not building probes, so Zest is just preparing for a 3-gate double Immortal win. Surely you would just go with a single prism, wouldn't you? Apparently Zest is like, no, 23 probes and 2 Immortals, that's all I need. Parting hasn't really seen just how few probes there are on that base, and those Adepts shading it at the same time. He pokes in with the Stalkers. Oh no, the Adepts come in. He's got energy for recall. He's got a recall. Come on, dude. Oh, he does it, but a little slow on the recall. 4 probes, 5 probes. Make that 6, make that 7 easily. Oh, damn. And he's alive in the natural as well. And did he get another one? Good micro by Parting. Pulls back to the shield battery there. And this one sentry's like, oh, you piece of shit. You killed our workers, man. Fuck you, bro. And sentry does take that one out. Parting is actually only down 4 probes, but he doesn't realize. I don't think he realized because he went in there. He did not see the probe count. So Parting, he's probing up. He feels like he's got to be aggressive right now. I mean, 2 Immortals is so hard for him to take on. Oh, Zest does find his probe. But really, Parting, oh, he's saving the hallucination for the high ground spot. But really, he needs to go in and see that he's being all in. If he stops probing and just makes like a bunch of shield batteries and warps in, he could do this. Likewise, oh, he missed the prism. He barely missed that prism moving out. If he got that, that would have been huge. So Parting's going to go in the main and do massive damage. There's nothing at home right now. But Parting, oh, he's got to realize that he's being all in. If he realizes this and pulls back to his high ground, maybe he can close this series out and make the comeback. But right now, he's still building probes. These units come in and he burns all of his force fields. He's got to pull back to the high ground. There is no way he defends this low ground. He's just got no damage output. Those sentry is not the unit that you want right now. But he gets force fielded out of his own ramp. Zest actually dropped a sentry and an Immortal. Force fielded, said, you're locked on this low ground with me, mother trucker. Shield battery overcharge is very powerful, but there's no damage output to go with it. Parting, blinking back his Stalkers, trying to get whatever damage he can. And oh my god, great focus fire. With 2 Immortals and the whole army clicking the pylon, he depowers the batteries, says, get out of here. 2 full energy batteries unable to do their work. A nice force field goes down, but the prism just ferrying these units to the high ground, and there's a little bit too much there. Even though Parting's done some great damage on the other side of the map, he's taken out Zest's production. How do you ever kill Zest's army? Probes seem like a good unit, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. With only 2 Stalkers and a sentry behind it, and the prism to ferry the units. The prism is the big one. Look at this. Oh, he's saving every single unit. He's just not losing anything. He's just pulling all of his weak units to the back, letting those Immortals tank like crazy. Parting's going to try and escape with these Stalkers, and he will get one of them out of there. But look at this, Zest has also run his probes away. So in a base trade, he can build heaps of assimilators, 345 minerals. He can build like 4 assimilators with that easily. So 4 assimilators is a lot of hit points. I don't see how you win that base trade. That Stalker tries to pick off some probes. The Stalker's coming back. Parting's going to try and micro this out. So basically he says, look, if I can pick off a unit, blink away. Pick off a unit, blink away, then I believe. He blinks in, tries to kill the Immortal. What a crazy maneuver, but I mean, he's got to do something big, and that was the last thing you'd expect to Zest, right? The problem here is Zest's micro is too good. So Zest can just send his Immortals forward, and whenever you try to volley them, he can just dodge the projectiles. So with good enough prism micro, Zest is untouchable here. Yeah. He just lets the Immortal, and look at that, doesn't even get hit. Didn't even activate the barrier. And Parting's trying to micro his heart out. He's trying to get these units as they escape, but only gets a probe and a little bit of damage. A great force field there. Zest says, that's fine, dude. I'm just going to kill all your buildings, man. No worries. Parting has a lot of pressure on him. He's got to wear this army down. Every bit of time that goes by is important. He blinks up and tries to kill the Immortals. He gets an Immortal, but he loses. 2 Stalkers, I think that was. 3 Stalkers. And right now we're at 6 Stalkers versus 5 Stalkers, 2 Adepts, an Immortal, 2 Sentries, a Prism, and 11 Probes. And he's just going to recall home. And he loaded the Prism with the Probes. He can unload, start mining, and Parting has to tap out their Zest, beginning the comeback. All right. It's time for map number 4. He still just needs 1 game to finish it Wait. He needs 2 more games to finish it off. In the top left, in the blue. It's Zest. So the comeback is kind of beginning here, but still a pretty damn dicey game. That last one was still very close. Down here in the bottom right, it's Submarine. It's a very small map. Could favor his aggressive style. It's Parting. Navigating your way through PvP is so scary. I don't know how these guys do it. I really wish I could just get more of their thought process in these games live as it's happening, because there's so many little reads and details to them that go on. Now, Parting's gateway is the exact same time, and yet he's a probe behind. Interesting. Oh, Parting's trying to go... Oh, 16 gate, 17 nexus. Does he get it? Oh, he gets it. Oh my god, Parting gets the nexus down. Oh my god, 16 gate, 17 nexus, 17 gas. This is his PvT opening, guys. He's doing his PvT opening. Holy shit. I don't think he'll necessarily proxy the second gateway with it the way he does in PvT, but this is cool. Okay, yeah, and then 18 Cybercore. Yep, that goes down immediately. Beautiful. Now Zest, yeah, it's like part of you wants to gas steal, but that'd be a terrible idea because he could just drop a gas on the natural. So Zest is doing a more standard 2-gate opening behind this, and he's got another probe proxying a pylon in the top right. So he's going to go for a proxy to punish this ridiculously quick expand. Look at all that chrono boost saved up, by the way, guys. I think Parting... Yeah, and he's doing his PvT build exactly. Okay, so Parting is going to do 3 chrono boosts on this Cybercore, and that means he's going to be able to warp in 3 units here at 3 minutes and 18 seconds. This is actually disgusting. So his second gate and then his third gateway have to go down very soon. And notice he's keeping up probe production, not completely. Pauses probes, starts the third gate, and then he'll resume probes in a moment. Actually, he might pause and get a gateway unit started first. That probe sees no gateway unit. Warp gate already getting chrono boosted. Dude, this is a vicious timing. He starts a second gas, but still no gateway unit. God, that's a big delay. Stalker now starts. He's not probing right now. Zest does see this. Zest has got a Stargate, so he's going to get an Oracle in there. Parting has done 0 scouting. He has no idea what he's up against. So he is basically saying, look, oh, and even a 4th gateway. Oh my God, that's not even going to be ready to warp in when his warp gate's done. He might even do 4 chronos on warp gate. He might even hit at 308 with the warp ins. This is actually an insane rush from Parting. This is a fake Nexus, guys. That Nexus is a complete red herring. And the thing is, as long as Zest doesn't expand, I think he knows it, because Zest, yeah, he's got 2 Adepts coming across, 2 Stalkers behind that. He starts an Oracle and chronos it. The thing is, he saw the Nexus in the main wasn't building probes. Now, what's cool is Parting can actually... Oh, okay, barely at the last second gets that one down. And that probe will fall, but the Stalkers will... Oh, there's only 1 Stalker out right now. He's got a battery there as well. Okay, so he has a battery to help defend. Warp gate's done. Warp gates are transforming, and yeah, looks like it's going to be a 3 minute 18 second warp in. Okay, wow. 3 Stalkers warping in 318. This Stalker wants to join up with it. Whoa. What the hell? Sorry, guys, my game just tabbed out there. That was really weird. And walls himself in. Those Adepts unable to find anything. The Oracle's waiting. Zest is waiting for 2 Oracles. I think that's a bad idea. He might just get overwhelmed. This is a crazy timing to have 3 Stalkers arriving after this opening. This is the last thing Zest expected. And Zest right now, he's trying to run home. I think he canceled one of his 2 Stalkers, right? Yeah, he cancelled one of his next 2 Stalkers to try and get this Nexus up, and now he's getting overwhelmed. He's trying to build a shield battery. That pylon's going to go down. He's going to get broken in. The Adepts are here. Parting. Does he just depower the gateways? I think he will. Warp gate's not quite done. He really wants that pylon, but if he gets surrounded, he could be in trouble. Oh, the Adepts come in from behind. Lovely surround with the Adepts. He's got to drill. Zest has to drill. Zest messing up his micro. He needed to drill down with those probes. He could have trapped those Stalkers on that ramp. He cancels the Nexus. He desperately needs money. He's trying to repower the gateways. Parting, microing his heart out. He's doing massive damage, but on the other side, the Oracles have gone in. Running to the shield battery does not help you. Parting is losing 14 probes behind this. He's killed 10 probes, 11, 12 though. Zest as well, and he's still got so many Stalkers. That's 7 Stalkers. They're all very wounded though, and 2 Stalkers warp in. They are all that stands between Zest and defeat here. Does he have enough for overcharge? He does. Overcharge goes down. He takes out 1 Stalker. Oh no, Parting! All of his Stalkers are so weak. You cannot get through the overcharge. Oh, that red point Stalker goes down as well. Oh my god, Parting here on the cusp of victory. He's got 3 more Stalkers. Stalkers coming in. Battery overcharge is done. But if Zest can warp in like a Zealot, yeah, a Zealot and a Stalker, that Zealot is going to be brutal on this ramp. He's still got energy on that overcharge, and the Oracles are coming back in. These are the last units. Parting needs to win with these units because he's going to lose every single Oracle behind this. He runs up the ramp. He gets one Stalker. Can he get the next one? That battery is doing so much work, and the probes being pulled in as well. There's a Void Ray. Oh, that Void Ray spells doom, destruction, and death for Parting. Zest here with the clutch hold. Parting with his crazy fast 17 Nexus build. He does his PvT opening. Oh my god. Not prepared for the Proxy Oracle at home, unfortunately, but Zest barely hanging on by a fingernail there. That was so damned close. Ties up the series 2-2. All right. We're in game 5. It's the goddamn deciding match. And this man's on that comeback train. These games have been down to the bloody wire. We're going into Jagannatha. Zest. Everything rests on this moment. Getting to that grand finals rests on this moment. In the blue, in the top right, it's Zest. This is, of course, the semi-final game 5 of the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice, the World Championship of StarCraft 2. And in the bottom left, in the red, this is Parting. Gate Scout for Parting, Gate Scout for Zest. Mirrored builds so far. So they both rally their 16th workers to take a gas geyser on 17 supply. And are these probes going to have a kiss? Oh, no, Parting changes direction on his. Oh, interesting. So why is he doing this? He's going over to the right. So he wanted to not have his probe spotted for some reason. What the fuck is this? What are you doing? What? He sees the probe come. What is he? Huh? There's another probe coming out for Zest. Oh, he wants to. He's pretending he's proxying. Right. But he hasn't even shown the probe. This is so confusing. Okay. Cybercore. So standard 2-gate opening. Cybercore is 1 second ahead for Parting. Triple workers on both gases. Zest is going Stargate here. Parting, on the other hand, 2 on each. He's going ground. So it's going to be proxy Stargate for Zest. He's going to go a really quick proxy Stargate. And because Parting's not scouting, he's going to have no idea. Parting plays so blind. He's such a fucking gambler. Seriously, there's guys who are like, I like to scout and react to my opponent. Parting is the guy who just wants to spin the fucking roulette wheel. He wants you to blindfold him and throw a dart at the board. He's just going to proxy a proxy robo. Blind proxy robo versus scouting proxy Stargate. Okay. Way more flexible option for Zest. Way more flexible option. And he's going to wall him out. Yeah, Zest is like, hey, if you haven't scouted, if you're doing a proxy, I'm not going to let you scout. No information for you, mate. And Parting, he sees no unit building on that gateway, so he knows it's a proxy. So he should build a shield battery. Pylon, you can see he's building in here. He's like, shit, I don't have a pylon covering my main. I need to start a shield battery in case it's proxy Oracle. So he should be prepared for the Oracle, but if it's 2 Oracles again, which Zest has shown he likes to wait for those 2 Oracles sometimes, that could be big. So it's a Stalker, another Stalker slowly starts up. Of course, he didn't have enough money for Warp Gate and 2 Stalkers. The Robo is going to put on really heavy pressure. I mean, this game could go either way. But yeah, Oracle starts up and look at that rally point. He's not rallying it in, he's hiding it. So he wants Parting. He's like, well, you're smart. You saw no unit building. You're going to build a shield battery. But will you leave Stalkers at home? Because you don't have any confirmation of what I'm doing. And I know you're proxying me as well. So I'm just gonna play safe, defend. Look at this, 2 shield batteries on top of the ramp. Really safe pylon positioning already here. He should probably put another pylon like here, or he could put it there so it powers both the gateways and the batteries, just to make sure this isn't an Artosis pylon. Build it a friendly Tasteless to hang out with. He's waiting for double Oracle. So Parting is gonna hit. Did he go Immortal? He did. Okay, so he's got 3 Stalkers and an Immortal. Running up the ramp would be absolute chaos maneuver. And look at this, 2 Zealots building. Zealots are so good at defending the ramp because they're light units. They don't take bonus from the Immortal, and they do sick raw damage. They're very cheap. Behind this, a 3rd gateway on the way. The 2nd Oracle is about to pop. So Zest here is all about the ramp defense. Parting technically could have ran up the ramp and started clicking on the Stalkers and done damage before these Zealots come out, but it would have been a crazy risky maneuver, and Zest could have pulled probes. He wouldn't have died to it. He could have healed the pylon. Oh no, the Oracles come in. 1 probe, 2 probe, 3 probes. The Stalkers warp in. Good quick reaction by Parting. Oh, I mean, this would have been a game ender if he didn't have warp-ins. If he'd just warped Stalkers in on the front and those Oracles came in, it would have been terrible, but 6 probes is still massive. Parting's trying to regrow those probes. Rebuild those probes. I don't think you grow probes, Pig. It's not Night Elf. The Immortal is taking a little bit of damage there. The Stalker's microing back and forwards. That gateway is toast, but Zest prepared for this. He knew he was going to lose that gateway. He's like, yeah, that's fine. We're just going to skirmish with you. Yeah, I've lost a lot of energy, but I've still got overcharge as long as I don't chrono boost anything. And the Oracle's coming in. Round 2. There's only 2 Stalkers. Oh, they click on the wrong Oracle there. It's the healthier Oracle, and he splits his fire a little bit. Another 3 probes go down. He's only on 16 versus 23. This is a bad situation for Parting. But his Observer sees everything. Okay, this is actually... Oh, Phoenix comes out. A great choice on the Phoenix. Forces the recall there. Nicely done. That also means there's no battery overcharge, but I don't think you're getting up that ramp. Not with your Stalkers being at home. Now, this is actually where you've got a massive vision advantage as Zest. He does have 2 Oracles. Okay, so there's an argument here for going DTs. Did he see the Twilight? He did. You know, he's gone Stargate, Gateway, Twilight. He's never going to afford a Robo in one base. Oracles are good, but if he lost that Phoenix, that would be bad. If he can catch these Oracles, there's 0 detection and no way to make detection. So Parting's obviously got to regrow his probe count. And he can keep the contain up and keep him off and expand for a while. Getting rid of the Stargate would be nice, but it's pretty low priority. Doesn't really have the numbers. His probe spots these Oracles. Oh, that's a big brain probe. Parting's not watching. Parting's not watching. He's microing the front. Parting, get the Phoenix over there, dude. Oh, no. He's going to lose even more probes. He does have 3 Stalkers ready, and there's no recall this time. So 3 Stalkers plus the Phoenix coming in. These Oracles won't be able to get out of here. They get 1, they get 2, they get 3. No, only 2. Only 2. And the Phoenix is going to track him down. Like I said, that's going to delete the detection. If Parting goes DTs from here, then he could actually just win this game. And it would be a comeback because look at the army supply. He's down. He's down in the army supply. His army, he's got an Immortal in there, but look at this. The Phoenix is going to hunt that down. Goodbye detection, goodbye harassment, goodbye utility. You need to bring the rest of the Stalkers across the map. There's no way he built 2 more Stalkers. Parting is overstaying right now. Blink is going to be ready in 1 minute. He might be able to force his way down even through force fields with a Void Ray there, but especially when Blink is done, Parting's just going to get overwhelmed here. He needs to bring every Stalker to the front. He needs to use the Phoenix to try and pick up one of those Stalkers when they blink down. But honestly, he just needs to pull back and do something else. He's gone Twilight. I think he's going to go DTs. DTs actually is a game winner. His Observer sees everything. If he goes in here, he could see no Robo. He knows this is obviously Blink. He saw the Twilight. Parting is overstaying his welcome, though. He's getting way too aggressive. He feels that because he took that damage, he needs to keep Zest off and expand. He's going to start his own Blink. That is not the right choice here. He needs to go for broke. He needs to take advantage of this tech. He's got more information than Zest in this scenario. If he proxied a DT Shrine down here, which maybe he's planning to, but he's a bit too slow to start it. He was worried about it getting scouted. The Stalkers finally came across the map, but they're not there right now. And Zest might just take advantage of this opportunity. Blink's going to kick in. He knows those Stalkers are out of position. His Void Ray will get there before the Stalkers will for Parting. Parting, oh man. He saw that this bust was coming, but look at that. The Blink comes down. Nice pick up on the Immortal. Can he save it? Can he save it? He can, but the Prism's going to go down, and he picks up the Immortal, but it dies. Every single unit going down. These 3 Stalkers way too slow. The Phoenix picks up a Stalker, but that's just not in time. And Parting here, he was just dead set on maintaining the contain. I can see everything. He kind of could see everything. DTs, honestly, he didn't have to go DTs. He could have played Blink, but he had to go home. Whether or not he considered the DT move, which was a checkmate in this scenario, Robo and they're going down now. Oh, he's dead. He's got 2 Stalkers. He's going to have 2 Stalkers with Blink finishing. He's just dead. There's nothing he can do. Zest here, handling this fantastically. Even though Parting regrew his economy to the same size. And you know what? If he was able to gather his units all together, if he got another Immortal out of the Robo as well, that would have been amazing. But GG, congrats, says Parting. And Zest pulling out an incredible reversal there. If Parting was going to play ground style, he needed to keep building Immortals and rely on that Warp Prism control, doing hot pickups and juggling them, but he needed more Immortals. If he got a second or maybe even a third Immortal, he would have had amazing anti-Stalker power. But trying to go for his own Blink, if he was going to do that, he needed to pull home and try to reset that game a little bit. DTs maybe would have been the game winner there, but damn, it's a hard play either way. Impressive for Zest to bring that back from down 0-2, and he goes through to the grand finals. Hope you guys enjoyed this cast. See you in the next one.